good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Build Your Online Business Morning Show. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone, everyone, and everyone. So, guys, this morning or today, we're going to be talking about how to survive Valentine's Day, even if you don't have a Valentine. Oh, and it happens. It happens. It happens. So I'm gonna let everybody go because you may say, well, what does this have to do with building my online business? I think a lot of times we get distracted by what we don't have, as opposed to counting our blessings as to what we do have, and sometimes realizing that Betty White, the only thing she was wrong about was that having a piece of man is better than having no
right.
man.
Say that
She was
again.
wrong about that.
Say that again.
She was wrong about that.
You
Yeah,
was wrong, Betty. I'm sorry.
that one piece of the.
Yeah, she was wrong. So, if you are by yourself in this season, first and foremost, it really is okay. It's all right that you are in this season alone. And I think sometimes you don't really get to where you need to be. You don't get that special somebody till you get to where you need to be, because there's so much growth that has to happen in this season. You might outgrow that person. So let's talk about surviving Valentine's Day. Number one, this is a great day to write a love letter to yourself, reminding you of all of the things that you are capable of all the things that are great about you. Never forget to celebrate you. Never forget to give yourself a compliment if you look nice. They close the door. Keep it going. Never forget to send yourself some flowers. There's a book called it's by Alexandra Goddard, and it's called let me get the title. Y'all can keep talking while I'm getting, but I think it's called How to Live a Beautiful Life or something like that. 500 ways to live.
Cause that's so funny. Tiandra say a half a loaf is better than no loaf, and I used to tell her not if it's mildewed. I need a fresh loaf. Oh, I know that's right, Tiandra, girl.
It's called Living a Beautiful Life. 500 ways to add elegance, order, beauty, and joy to your every day of your life. And I actually used to give that out in one of my life coaching classes, because I think we forget that even life alone is still a beautiful life. And that you don't have to wait on somebody to buy you flowers. You don't have to wait on somebody to take you out. You don't have to wait on somebody to tell you you're beautiful. And a lot of times we set ourselves up for failure instead of just going and getting what it is that we want. We waiting on somebody to read our minds and tell us, and go get what we want, instead of just saying, look, this is what I want. And I'm going to go get it myself. What do you guys think?
I was listening to a TikTok yesterday, and it was Jennifer Lewis, and she was explaining her mornings. She's in the mirror, she's brushing her teeth. Then she, finished brushing her teeth, and she looked at herself eye in the eye, and she was like, "Be you bad." She confirmed herself every single morning, and she said it all the way out. The "be you bad." That is something that we as women, we kind of forget to do that.
I don't.
Every morning.
I don't.
I forget.
Okay.
To do that every single morning, to affirm who I am, what I'm here to do, who I'm called to be, confirming that every single morning. And the days that I forget to do that, my days seem to mimic how I start my morning.
So let me tell you guys, maybe even start 21 days of self-love, where you don't do anything but make sure you write down the date and one thing that you love about yourself. And what that will do is get you in the habit it will get you in the habit of saying, I wake up every morning singing, she's a bad mama jamma, just as fine as she can be. I wake up every morning talking about she's a brick. Bam, bam, bam. How? If you don't,
Who will?
number one, who will? And if you don't, you start to forget. I wake up every morning singing, she's a bad mama jamma.
Is that you, Coach?
Just as fine as she can be. Who's playing that?
That's the remix.
I thought that was the
That's
Paul.
the remix.
That's the remix.
Oh, is that the Paul? Because I thought
You
it was.
don't.
Who will?
Number one, who keep gonna turn it down? Don't you start to forget. Where's it coming from?
I think it's coming from your computer. Check your Explorer.
Is that you, Coach?
Check your Periscope open
Hey, guys,
somewhere.
welcome.
Look on your laptop.
Welcome to. Is that the Paul?
I can't find it.
Number one, is it?
Where's it coming from?
I don't know.
From your computer. Check your Explorer.
Welcome,
It's open in a window.
welcome to the tech room.
Check your Periscope open.
It's not.
Look on your laptop.
This is a blooper, y'all. This is what happened. You gonna write a note?
Check your Explorer. It's open in a window.
It's not Coach, because Coach is on mute. So it's somebody else.
Oh.
Technical
Remember that.
difficulties. And it's not Coach though. Chiquita, put yourself on mute.
Not me.
Y'all, I don't know who that is. It's me? So it's somebody else.
We don't hear it now. It was you.
You got the producer open.
Lordy B, the funk's on me.
You got the producer open, Jamie.
It's you. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of them producers you got open, one of them screens.
Yeah, look on your window.
It's happened to me before.
It happened to me every time I take us live doing it.
We apologize, y'all, for the technicalities.
It be like that sometimes.
It be like
live.
that.
It's
You still
live.
can't see it? Can you hear it?
I don't hear it anymore, but it wasn't
Oh, it's gone
the
now.
producer is on mute on my computer.
Oh.
I never turn it off of mute unless I'm not on with you.
It's okay. But guys, so listen.
I don't know.
Alexandra Stoddard, 500 Ways to Live a Beautiful Life. Send yourself some flowers. Go to the store and buy your favorite candy bar. Stop waiting on the world to recognize your greatness.
That's good.
That's good. That's
Stop
good.
waiting on the world to make you happy. Take you on a date. Guess what restaurant you want to go to? Guess what dessert you want? Stop. I can tell y'all where I'm going today. I'm either going to Paris for lunch to get that gigantic pork chop, or I'm going to Fleming's. They're having a lunch steak with lump crab. And Fleming's is one of my favorite steak places. They are upper echelons. And I'm going, if I have to go by myself, I'm gonna go put my little red dress on. Y'all want to see my living room? And I already put up my little what is it called?
Slide on your high heel.
Good Lord.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
I'll be back, Couch.
You are doing something.
I said, I'll be back, Couch.
Yep, I see my spot right
I
there.
see my spot too. I'll be back.
Y'all see the cameras?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see the studio over there. Coach, those pictures were phenomenal.
Yeah, everything was amazing.
You did it.
So that's what I'm gonna that's my photo shoot for the day, baby. And then after the red goes down, I'm putting up white and gold.
Mm. White and gold.
Yeah, you definitely got a neutral palette, so you can just change the accents, like you said.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I never thought about, and from now on, I'm gonna keep some neutral furniture.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just gonna act like y'all ain't seen that big cup Jamie just had up to her head. Y'all just gonna ignore the fact that Jamie cup bigger than her face. Look at that cup. Like that. At first I thought it was my eyeballs.
Ooh-wee, that's huge.
That's a belly washer.
It's heavy too.
You need to put some stew
Emily
in there.
said, hey coach, come pick me up. I'm right around the corner. Girl, number one, we have a 2-seater. People be asking for rides. And they don't understand.
Right.
There are 2 seats in that car, and I don't like driving. I don't. Number two, Mr. Troy may feel some kind of way with somebody on his date today.
Oh,
Oh, that's gonna be sweet.
yeah.
Did y'all see the big red heart over there? Mr. Troy got me that
Oh, he always makes sure he gets something before
last
the day.
year. And it's been
Yeah.
hiding
Hiding where?
in the closet.
Oh man.
And Lauren said, amen. Thank you for saying that. Let me tell you something about love. And y'all agree or disagree. The more you love yourself,
Mhm.
the more you can love
Mm.
other
Oh,
people.
yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Bottom line, if you can't love you almost don't even know what love is.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Wow.
Because love is gentle, love is kind. Emily, Miss Burton said she gonna get on the trunk.
Say, now, let me go and tell you that back seat
Yeah.
is reserved for me and Cujo.
Right. I mean,
I'm gonna tell you this: you get on that trunk, and we're not liable for what happens when Mr. Troy sling you off with his bad driving self.
he be slanging them.
He be whipping the yams. But I don't know where we as women got so thirsty that we willing to do and put up with anything to be with a man.
Mhm.
It used to be the other way around.
Sure did.
Right.
Still
Men
like
was
that in my
chasing
house.
us, begging.
Mhm.
Y'all remember when Keith Sweat was bad? Girl, I love you. Who was
Mhm.
that?
That's Lenny Williams.
Yeah, that's
Lenny
Lenny
Williams
Williams.
Lenny
right
Williams.
there.
That's Tower of Power. Coach.
Lenny.
Yeah, but I'm
Lenny
just saying he was one of the ones begging.
Yeah.
And the Barge Boys,
Yeah.
they was begging. And somewhere with the rappers, it just shifted. We went
Nah,
from being
nah.
it was the rap.
Dude.
No, Coach. I'm gonna tell you where it started. Now, Betty had something to do with that.
Them blues songs.
Shirley had something to do with that. Them clothes he went and I bought. She got papers. That it ain't. It's just been slowly creeping in. But then them Destiny Child girls, let me cater to you. I still can't get my head right around that. I'll wash your clothes. What?
But that's how
Is
it
we
is.
married though?
Yeah.
Talk with the
Yeah.
game, what you would do for the D.
Is we married though? Because we're not married. Y'all need to stop treating them boyfriends like they husbands. That's what you need to
True
do.
story.
There it is.
What does Steve Harvey say? Women, we got the prize. We got the prize.
And the
And let me
power.
tell y'all something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all theme song should be what's his name? Babyface. As soon as I get home,
Oh.
I give good love.
I'll pay
I'll
your
buy
rent.
your clothes. I'll cook your
Your
dinner
dinner too.
too. As soon as I get
I
home
get
from
home
work,
soon as I get home.
I'll pay
your rent.
That's it.
your faithful lover.
Look, they need to be like Joe,
Yes.
Chiquita.
Yes, I'm home.
I do the
from
things your man
work.
won't do.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Joe.
I remember that. He
Oh
talking
yeah, yeah.
about Joe.
Yeah. I was talking about Joe from you though. You know, he cooked her food.
I want that Joe. I don't want that joke.
I don't even know that joke.
You know,
No,
Yes, you know, Joe. From you, the stalker. Yes.
You. Okay.
Stalker Joe.
Even a stalker
Oh.
know to wash dishes and cook.
Oh, now you telling Coach something she don't know now. You know.
Oh,
she
that's
let
true,
us
that's
watch
true.
no
That's right.
TV.
Y'all been over there watching TV?
No, ma'am.
Not,
No,
not since
no,
we
we
left
haven't,
Dallas.
Have y'all
No,
been over there? Sound like y'all all been over there watching TV. Y'all
Nope.
think you're beating the bag.
Look at my
Ooh.
finger.
Guys, if you haven't shared the broadcast, Jamie's, if you haven't shared the broadcast, guys, make sure you share the broadcast. Today is all about loving yourself, and you really need to make every day about loving yourself, because if you don't love you, let me tell you something. There is, first of all, know that God loves you. Let me start at the
Absolutely.
Let me start at the top. And he's so intentional about his love that he blessed you with all the skills you need to be successful. Now you've got to grow those skills. He gives you seeds, and you got to go out and you got to till the ground, and you got to plant the seeds, and you got to water them and make sure the weeds don't take them over. And part of you planting that crop is making sure you affirm the fact that he loves you. And because he loves you, you should love you, because he don't make no jump.
Mm-hmm.
So once you realize that God loves you and that you love yourself, it equips you with a type of armor that makes it hard for people to get in your mind. Now, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm tested, but then I sit back and I have to ask, is it that person or is it me?
Mm-hmm.
And when I start that process of elimination, to realize that it may be that individual who understanding is bad, who attitude is bad, who whatever, whose commitment is bad, it's not me. And that frees me. That frees me. So guys, even when you struggle to love yourself, remember that you were created purposefully, intentionally, by design, your life, your opportunities, and to take advantage of them and love your, you know what? The more you love yourself, the more other people will love you.
Yes. Yeah. That is so true.
But you know what, Coach? I like how you said fall in love with yourself first. And I like the story that you tell, and I try to tell it. I know I get it wrong. But it's about, it basically, in a nutshell, condensed. It was a guy that was falling out of love with his wife. And he was supposed to write down something that he liked about her every day for a year. And after a year, he fell back in love with his wife. And so if you don't have that significant other after, today, fall in love with you. And then, as Coach says, fall in love with your business. Your business is your boo.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what had happened? He even went to the relationship therapist and was like, I don't love my wife. I'm falling out of love. And the relationship therapist was like, oh, well, what is she doing wrong? And he got to listing all of this stuff that she was doing wrong. So the relationship therapist said, see, here's the thing, y'all. When you look for something, you're going to find it.
Oh, absolutely.
So if in somebody's mind, they don't like a particular thing because they don't get their way, they going to start looking for reasons to not like you.
Mhm.
I thought we did too. They might be over here in this corner. And so the relationship therapist looked at him and was like, so you got all this list of what you don't like about her. What do you like about her? And not only that, when you get home tonight, what are you bringing to the table? So why don't you stop by the store and get some wine and some flowers on your way home? So the man did it and went home. And of course, the wife was, the food was burnt and this, that, and the other. But the next day, he came home. She had cooked his favorite meal, cooked a cake. So then the next day, he stopped and got wine. And so the next day, and so over the course of a year, he forgot all about the relationship therapist, ran into him at a party and said, How's your marriage going with your? I don't know what you're talking about. My marriage is great. Yes, because you put, see, that's another lesson. You get out what you put in. So before you go to accusing somebody else of not doing their best in a relationship, you gotta count the cost and say, am I doing my best? And understand that everybody's love language is different. If you've never read the 5 love languages, if you don't know what love language you are, look it up. Because he may be buying you gifts and your love language is quality time. And he may well say, well, I'm trying to make partner right now. So let me buy you these gifts. Everybody that buy gifts ain't cheating, y'all. Stop watching TV. My cousin Damaris said, I call her my cousin because her name is Patterson. That's my maiden name. She said, my business is my boo, but it doesn't give good hugs. And it's a terrible kisser. And sometimes we as women need to realize that when you get where you're going, you go hook up with somebody on your level. Ooh. It's very hard to hook up with somebody now that's going to understand your $1 million journey.
Right. Your millions will change your circle. It will. A whole lot of people gonna fall off because they can't handle your success. They want to stay mediocre, so they start making up reasons why they can't hang out because your excellence is killing them. So they can't be around you. Some of us, we settle down with these folks that can't take us no higher. And
the man said, my business is my boo, but it doesn't give good hugs and it's a terrible kisser. Tisha said hug all the way to the bank. Hello? Sometimes you gotta tell her. Right. Sometimes you gotta, and realizing too that there are seasons, and this may just be a temporary season. And maybe it's just a distraction sometimes. I don't know.
And sometimes it's just to develop something in your character. A lot of relationships I have, Coach, I realized it wasn't for me to be booed up with that person. It was for me to give them a little word, give them a little encouragement, and help them along. That's male and female. And sometimes we start putting up tents where there should never been any foundation. It should have just been what it was and move forward. A lot of us tend to hang on to things because we get comfortable. And sometimes comfortable does not help us grow. It doesn't help us change. It doesn't develop any character.
I agree. And here's the thing too. We as women need to stop judging ourselves by our love life.
That's true.
Just because you ain't found the right person yet doesn't mean that the right person is not out there. D. Moore said, I don't think I'm gonna have the right man until I'm JOB free. That's possible. That's possible. What you have to realize too is that all of this journey is predestined. So sometimes you got to hurry up and get to a place to find your man. When you got your work to do and you ain't got your work done, what's you looking for him for? Let him go help you do your work. Y'all, on another note, what we gonna do with this coronavirus? I'm scared to go to the airport.
What, from China?
It's from China, but it ain't in China.
They got one that's here. They got a case in Texas. They got a couple of cases in Texas.
And they said that.
Go ahead.
They got that cruise ship quarantine.
Yeah.
And they said they got hundreds of cases on that ship.
Gee willikers.
Well, they tried to say last week that it doesn't affect African Americans. Don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
How did they even
wait a minute
that?
now, because my grandma used to tell me black people didn't get lice, and I ain't never seen nobody black with lice.
Yeah, we don't get lice.
Yeah, but
sorry, y'all.
Yeah, but that's different. But that's a tale, Coach. I don't even know how they
have anybody black got in here.
They've already tested it on us. How would they know?
Have anybody black?
Maybe they know. Maybe
I
they
don't
figured
know.
that out in the lab before they let it go.
Yeah, they probably when they say stuff, I gotta put my shades on too, Berlin.
Right.
Because I'm not gonna just dispute the people. Because if the people say we can't get it now, I'm gonna go on and just ride with the people now. I'm not gonna look for no reason to get it.
I'm not gonna let you do that because they want us all to travel so they can wipe us all out.
If they say we can't get it,
Oh my God. Listen, trying to say y'all stop coming over here buying up our stuff for cheap. We know what y'all doing.
I just want them to stop eating
Stay
bad.
out of, stay out of
Look,
our country.
does anybody have a biohazard suit? Bought a 2X with a little more room in the hip and thigh.
oh, Alicia said, work in the school system. Yes, black folks can get lice.
And I've never seen a
Never heard.
lice manifestation.
Heard teachers tell me that
A
though.
roach is different from a lice.
Oh, vast.
Oh, absolutely.
No more handshaking and hand washing are great ways to discreet.
No more handshaking.
Yeah, shaking people's hands.
Yeah, don't touch the hands.
Yeah.
But isn't it airborne? You just can breathe it in.
That's what they say. They say it's not. They say it's hand. It's contact.
Oh.
But
But you
I
in the
would
airport touching everything.
I would wear mask, gloves, throw
But
them
they
away.
saying the mask not doing any good. So if it's not coming through here, that means it would come through the eyes or
It can come to mucous membrane. Yeah.
yeah.
We
And
seen
some
this
of the
woman the
masks
other day
are
with a
faulty.
mask on, y'all. Me and Troy, let me tell you how her mask was like this. It was hanging all down. I said, ma'am, you finna get it. Whatever it is, you gonna get it first.
Oh, look, old lazy person trying to protect themselves. Ooh.
A Rose says she wearing her biosuit to Houston. You better.
I'm about to pass out.
You better. So, tell me, babe.
Tickle me.
I need a 2X, please. Curvy girl fit biosuit
Close it and put it in the backyard.
with the reverse ventilator and the mask.
Close it and put it.
You've been in the lab too
We all
long.
gonna be
man.
exactly.
Yeah,
We all gonna be
Where's airflow?
in that bubble.
He's gone around front. Cujo done slid out the backyard around the front.
No, he did. Oh, Cujo.
No, cause he did it.
Ooh, he in trouble. I know he in trouble.
I love you, boy. Hang in there.
Emily said yes, it's airborne, but the droplets, I guess from people's spit, I don't
Hacking and
know.
going on, hacking and coughing, and people don't cover their mouth when they sneeze. Gee whiz. And I wanted to try to go see a movie this weekend. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Hacking all over my popcorn. Everybody ain't sanitary.
They not.
That's why the words say you should bless your food before you eat. Just pray over it. Lord bless this meat.
Y'all talking to a homebody who don't like going outside anyway. So y'all ain't giving me no excuse to go outside. I'm gonna take everything virtual. Here's my link. Here's my link.
So like, can you inbox me a burger and fries, please?
Oh Lord. Cujo got a hot date. He better not.
I just listening. Yeah, Cujo trying to get out to see some puppy.
Cujo, we had this conversation.
Just hot in the tail.
Who he trying to get to?
Rose said, put my popcorn in my purse. Or bring it from home.
Yeah,
Right.
right from home.
You know, they got to where they check your bags now at the movie theater.
They do.
They
with
do?
the flashlight and everything.
All in your bag. It might be a weapon. You looking for my juju beads because you know I don't want to pay $8 for your blood.
That's great.
A mess.
So if you could have anything for Valentine's Day today, what would it be?
A big fat check.
I know, right?
I'll say the same thing.
I know,
How
right?
fat, Chiquita? How fat is it?
Super duper fat. 10 zeros.
Super fat.
12 zeros.
That's it. What Coach say, multiple commas.
Yes. Many commas.
That's all I want.
That's funny.
I wish I had. Yeah.
Oh yeah, guys, don't forget the I Wish Tell Us Something kicks off tomorrow. In the same vein of making sure you're deliberate about what you want your life to look like, go to bit.ly/I Wish Summit SUMMIT 2020 and make sure you're registered. D. Morris said a line of credit come through,
Right.
baby.
Right.
Can I tell you guys to check your credit?
Mm-hmm.
Can I beg you guys to check your credit? Somebody checked their credit based on this credit project we're working on and found that someone else had bought a house in their name, had an address that they didn't even know about a year or two ago.
Wow.
Let me tell you what we tend to do. We tend to ignore the things that we don't like. I'm the world's worst.
Me too.
I don't care if it's taxes. I don't care if it's credit. If it's something that would stress me out, I tend to ignore it.
Yeah, me too.
And you know, I used to even have a joke like, girl, ain't checking nobody credit. And nobody want this old bad credit.
That's what I said.
They'll fool around and get his credit back. If they was steal my identity, they'll give my identity back. But over the years, your credit shifts. And even though you may start with bad credit, 2-3 years later, when things age off, go down, you're not using as much credit, you actually can improve your credit score to the point that somebody can go get a house in your name. They may even undertake, think about it. What's the most you ever had charged off collections? $100, $200, $300, nothing. So they may even take $1,000, pay off all your bad debt, and then go out there and get a house in your name.
And then what if they default? You got a foreclosure in your name.
Exactly. Rose said, me too, coach. So, you know, we've got to stop ignoring the things that are not pleasurable because they don't get better with you ignoring them. And I'm very serious that we've got to be committed to do the work that it takes to bring about change. I don't care if that's with your earnings. I don't care if that's with your, I don't care if that's with your finances. There's a body of work that has to be done to bring about change. And you won't get it if you don't do the work. So some of y'all, instead of focusing on having a mint, maybe this is the time you get your credit. And let me tell you another thing I've never heard of. I've never heard of so many married people keeping their finances separate.
Me neither, coach. That's mind-boggling.
I have never.
Mind-boggling.
And I'm not saying you don't have your own separate account of some sort, but I never heard of so many married people keeping, you got your money and I got my money. Then we have one account, we put the house money in. I've never heard of that.
How you don't trust them? Don't marry them if you know they bad with money. That's no trust.
Not even that. Don't marry them if you're not willing to put your name on everything they have. I should say I have lived it. I was married 16 years. The day after we got married, we went to the bank, we got joint bank accounts. And up until the day we divorced, we had joint bank accounts. We had joint investment accounts.
How you gonna share your body with somebody but don't share your money? The money more valuable than your body?
We had the houses in everybody's name. I've never heard of such.
Ooh, that's deep, Linda.
How you do that? Oh, I'm gonna give you my booty, but you can't have these dollars. What?
That's this new age foolishness. And some of this is these men. These men that got, so they got a little piece of change. And they saying, well, I don't want to pay child. I don't want to pay child support and alimonies and all of that. So I'm just now to go let her see my money.
That's bananas.
I've never heard of that. But again, I think that's one of those in-depth conversations you should have with somebody before you marry them.
That's just bananas.
I mean, if you gonna get married, if not, we can just be habitual.
Maybe that's what
Did you spit your coffee?
That almost went all over my laptop.
Guys, even
Money
with a
maker.
prenup,
Not my money maker.
even with a prenup, I feel like there should be joint accounts.
Yeah.
You got a business account, but you still have joint accounts.
Yeah. I don't get it. There's a lot about this new stuff I don't get. I don't get Netflix and chill. I don't get, I'm gonna come to your house and watch your movies. I'm gonna play your CDs. I don't get that. Why you can't come to my house?
Patricia, you got a good point, and I've been there, but I understand. She said, depends on what happened in the first marriage with finances. You proceed with caution. But again, if you go marry this second dude, you got to give him the first options you gave the first dude. You can't say, oh, you the second one. I'm not finna commingle my finances with you, even though I did it with old buddy to rob me blind and close bank account.
How about you just get to know him before you marry him? How about you do the work? How about you date for real? Don't date with your body. Date, the old-fashioned way. Meet his mama. See how he treat his mama. Look at how he treat his sisters. If he got a little shorty, do he pay for him? I mean, stop being so anxious. They've put this thing in our head that there's a shortage of men. There's not. You just, where you live, maybe your circle is short. But you gotta get out and go back to the old-fashioned way.
And don't attract the same one.
True
So if the
story.
person had an issue, then perhaps you learn something from that relationship that you won't. That proceed with caution. Maybe that's what you meant by proceed with caution. But if I'm in a relationship, if I gotta hide something from you in a relationship,
you ain't the one, buddy.
You're not the one.
You're not the one.
We don't need to be together.
Please don't let me see you hiding something from me.
I gotta hide my bottle from you. I can't.
Lips that touch wine will never touch mine.
Oh my goodness.
Rose said, Chanel, you in the pulpit today.
Oh.
Exactly. Tisha said, stop ignoring red flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely true. But you know what that is? That's that superhero in us.
Yeah. Y'all want to build something, you better go to Build-A-Bear. Stop trying to build these men.
Build a boo.
It don't work.
But if y'all do go to Build-A-Bear, can somebody build me a baby Yoda? Inbox me and I'll send you my address.
You still asking for that? You've been asking for a baby Yoda.
Have y'all seen him?
No.
I'll boo up with baby Yoda before I have to hide stuff. Oh, that's good, Divorce.
With the same man.
Yeah, that's good. That's true.
In there.
I remember one time Juanita Bynum
Oh
Had to
Lord.
laugh a little.
Before
Juanita Bynum, but this was some real stuff she taught. She helped me after my first divorce. And she was like, sometimes you wondering why you still single. So the Lord can't really send you nobody until you do the work on the stuff that ran the other man off, or the stuff that you have not dealt with in your own life.
yeah.
It was almost like she had a little thing where you go through spring cleaning, but it's your temple, it's your spirit. And a lot of us don't take the time to do this, cut soul ties, go back and really therapeutically look at how the relationship affected us. After my first marriage, I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. I had been cheated on so many times until I realized it ain't really nothing wrong with me. Is this, I almost said, is this dude, right? Is something broken in him? So how can his brokenness break me? I gotta work on me. That thing helped me.
I'm just glad I'm not out there. I've been with my husband for 50 years. So we basically grew up together. We always been on one page on what we were going to do. Both of our money is one.
Yeah.
Moving forward, to how we want to, live our life.
Beautiful.
That is so good.
But he is a strange one though. I got the box of candy this morning. He normally gives me a box of candy the day after Valentine's Day. He waits for it to go half price. So I complained so much. This morning I woke up to a box of candy.
Oh.
But he opened it and ate a piece out before he gave it to me.
He wanted to make sure it was fresh.
Right.
That's all.
He said, you was going to open it anyway. I said, but that's not right.
But he paid full price.
Right. Yeah, you paid full price.
He paid full price, right.
And then, of course, I get plastic flowers. One year I complained so bad I never get flowers. But, my husband doesn't do that. He does the other stuff.
Yeah. Love
everything else. So one year he sent me flowers to work. They were plastic flowers. And for years he said, see, you still got them same flowers. The other ones are just gonna die. I kept those flowers about 15 years. Then I said, I'm throwing this junk away. I threw it away. So people are different, it's about learning to find somebody that you can't live without. They're not going to be perfect.
It's that love language that Coach.
But he is trying though.
Yeah.
But
after
trying.
50 years, Chanel, he can know what I want.
Hey, look. But that means your next 50, he gonna do exactly what you want.
Tisha say baby steps.
Guys, if you want the kind of relationship that'll last 50 years, if you wish that you could build a business, if you wish on all these things you wish you could have done, you need to come to the Telesummit. We kick off tomorrow morning. Go to bit.ly/IWishSummit2020. bit.ly/IWishSummit2020. And we'll be having more conversations about this. This Telesummit is all about you. What were your dreams? What were your hopes? What were your aspirations? And then sometimes I wish he would just leave. I had a wish like that one time. It'd be like that though. It'd be like that sometimes.
Oh Lord. Right, Tisha? I'm sure Miss Chiquita got a whole bunch of great stories that she can share with us.
Oh, well, I do.
So since I've been married twice, does that mean I got never mind.
You don't have a 50 yet?
No, I'm not still not.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in the 20s. Well, maybe 30s.
That's still good. That's
still good though, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Do y'all have anything to say in closing? We're gonna let these folks get going and get started with their V-Day shopping and smooching and booing up with their business and themselves. Y'all got anything to add?
Yeah. So before y'all get too booed up, make sure you meet us tomorrow. The I Wish Telesummit that kicks off tomorrow. So go and bring someone. Bring your
Yes.
friends, bring your family, bring everybody. Everybody got a wish. Come
Bring
on,
your leftover candy.
bring the leftover, not leftover candy. Go and get it for cheap tomorrow. Now we know the secret.
We got this.
Buy it the day after, and then put it in the freezer, and then give it to her. There you go.
Give it to her next year on
Give it
time.
to her next year on the day of. Buy it the day after and save it for a year.
Yeah.
Lead us into our wish.
Don't give my husband no idea.
Sir, I hope you don't watch it.
Chocolate next year.
All right then, guys. I don't know who have controls.
I do.
Who said that?
That's Coach. Coach, oh guys, it's been a funny day. Hope you enjoyed the BYB Morning Show. Hey, over there in Periscope land.
What you say? Hope you enjoyed the view.
Hope you enjoyed the video.
What is that you're supposed to say when you put a disclaimer? Isn't that what they say on the view?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what they say? I don't see it.
And it's like the views and the opinions. Is that the one you're talking about? Are not necessarily
On
those
the
of the
view,
people.
when Whoopi signs out, she says, "Enjoy the view."
Oh, I don't want.
I don't watch that one.
I
That
just
just making me mad.
I don't watch it either. Somebody told me now. I don't watch it
Yeah, I just be
I
getting
don't
mad.
watch
'Cause
it.
we don't watch
We don't
TV
watch.
at all. Not at all.
at all.
Don't watch. Mm-mm.
I watch Netflix.
Ma'am.
Oh, now I'm on TikTok.
Jamie.
Ma'am.
Oh, my bad. I don't
We
watch
don't-
TV.
We don't watch TV
TV
at all. At all.
at all. We boo up
Oh,
with our business.
boy. That's your friend, Chiquita.
Yes, my friend. She's the baddest publisher in the
She
land.
is. And the baddest liar. That's a good thing.
I know, I'm not good at it.
Even the guy, boy, if we were sisters in the house, we'd all got beat just then.
Okay, everybody go get in trouble. Just don't take
All of us.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys. Are we getting out of here anytime soon? Coach?
Um,
Let us out.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
All right.